This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.
Welcome to the Life and Football podcast, baby. I'm your host, Mike Feed.
And this your Coles, Cole and Moore. You know we loving life and enjoying football.
We got a top-notch baller on, y'all. He goes by the name of Joe Logan, and he played for Northern Arizona University, them Lumberjacks, and he was wearing that number deuce, and looking good. That's number 22, if you don't know what I'm saying. But on a better note, he been a baller pretty much since he been on the earth. I mean, from what I can tell, when he was in high school, he was a baller, running as a running back now. And on the track field as well, he got state records on the track field. And then when he went to Northern Arizona, he tore up the scene, a top-notch baller, running back. All you see is on that film I'm talking about, from what I can tell, a pure baller. He wore number 22, and I love what I seen from this young man. And Northern Arizona is a university that some people from the East Coast may not know of, and some people from the South may not know. But we're going to learn today, like Kevin Hart say. And I love that they got a nice indoor facility, and it's a nice program, too. I'm talking about top notch. Y'all better go check him out. When y'all get a chance, go look up his highlights. Joe Logan football highlights. Go look them up. They'll pop up on YouTube. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let Simo bring him on.
How you doing, Joe?
Doing good, man. How are y'all?
Great, man. It's a blessing to have you on, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Joe, I want to know, since it's real close to signing day, real close, like a couple more weeks, and the young guys that's going to be signing all across the country, man. So let them know how it feel and what it felt like to sign on signing day. I know you had to sign on signing day to get Northern Arizona, so let them know how that felt.
It's one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, I was going to college for free, which is a main thing in my family. You know, a lot of stuff I do determine my family, determine my friends. So I talk with a lot of people when I do stuff like that, make important decisions like that. However, it was one of the greatest times of my life, and I would expect that to be for anybody that's out there signing.
Now, when you ran track and you was lighting them up on the track and on the field, how did that help you doing both? Like, was it a mustard that you had track, or you just wanted to run track just because you wanted to?
I get that to my uncle and my coach and my friends. Like, my friends know, like, I like to do stuff a lot around them, you know, so because it feels good when you can compete against somebody you know. So going from the track to the football field really, really improved. In fact, I got my offer from track. I didn't get it during the football game. I got it at a track meet. Actually, one of the other coaches that I trained with throughout the summer, Coach Jenkins, he runs set. He was also talking to Coach Bill for me at the track meet, and he was like, Joe, you go run a 10-4. And I ain't never even cracked 10 yet. He said, Joe, you go run a 10-4. So really, Coach Jenkins spoke it into existence for me. And little do you know, I ran the 10-4 and I got offered that day.
Woo-wee! Hey, Joe. Now, see, me and Simo, we ran track too. And we, not just football players, but we from the South Florida, so that was big down here. And I know Simo know too, running a 10-4, that's getting it. I'm talking about taking it off the top, as they say. Now, I that was something that kind of interested me for just knowing the rest of your journey. So if you could give me some more information and make it personal about how it was for you growing up. Let the people know how it was for you and who was very helpful and inspirational in your life when you was growing up.
Growing up, man, I had so many, like, my mother was very important to me because I didn't have a father figure around. So my uncle Lamar stepping in there, and showing me the way, showing me how to be a real man, helped me out a lot, and helped me how to, and it really taught me a lot about how to make decisions. He taught me about things that you need to go into making decisions and how you should never, ever rush into that. So I thank my uncle a lot, thank my mom a lot, my aunt a big factor. And that's when it came to grades, because in high school, I had to make a certain type of GPA that I didn't have at the time. I think I had to make like a 3.2, and I didn't have that at the time. So my aunt helped me out a lot there. And my coach, of course, my high school coach, he weightlifting. He couldn't stress that enough. And he was actually my track coach, so I had to run track, you know. It wasn't a choice. If I wanted to play ball, I had to run track.
That's amazing, cause and for every young athlete out there, please know track is very helpful in being any type of athlete for a top-notch level in your sport. Track is a must, especially for any football players. Now, with that being said, let us know what I mean, if you had any other offers or any other college considerations, were they, and what was that final? I don't want to say nail in the coffin. What was the final point or piece of encouragement that guided you to your decision and going to Northern Arizona?
The piece of encouragement really came and cracked down on me once again when my uncle and my coach, they was like, nobody's decision gonna matter here out. Your decision matters, so your final say matters. So it was real. That kind of made it like the icing on the cake. Like, and I'm like, if Northern, so I had 3 offers. I had an offer from South Dakota State. However, they was only offering me 80%, and I was super far away from home. So I kind of questioned that one. And then I had one from Weber State. And that wasn't too far from home, but I just knew that I needed support at my games. I've always had support at my games, whether it be my mom just coming or my auntie and my uncle coming or just my friends coming. So I knew I needed that support. That support drove me a lot. And really having Northern Arizona be close to home and having a playing opportunity at a young age to go there. So that really was the nail in the coffin, the fact that I could play at a young age going there.
Now, Joe, I want to know, because you done spoke on your uncle a good amount so far. What made him inspire you so much? And do you even know what inspired him to want to push you like that?
Yeah, so really, my uncle been around basically since I've been like 3 years old. So like he known me since a young kid. So he seen me at the acting out stage, you know what I'm saying, the trying to find myself stage. And really it came to the point with me moving here. And I actually moved with them because I knew that was a great interest in my future. You know, like they were gonna guide me to a right way instead of just having just my mom. I had my aunt who is basically just like my mom plus my uncle. So I had that male figure that I've always needed to help me and guide me. And yeah, so he's known me and he ain't never given up. That's one thing I can say about him. He ain't never given up on me. I had a couple people give up on me and he ain't never even thought about giving up on me.
I love that, man, because, see, a lot of us, that's what we technically really need. We need somebody guiding us. We need somebody pushing us in the right direction. We need somebody really that's standing over you and like, hey, look, boy, if you don't do what I'm telling you to do, I'm finna get with you. And that be the push that keep you in line and headed in the right direction. So, man, shout out to your uncle, man. He did his thing. And your auntie. They both, and your mom, they did their thing, boy, because you handled the business. So I want to know, how did it feel when you got on that field at Northern Arizona and went to just doing your thing?
It felt great because I can tell you one thing. I always knew where they were sitting. So they got, before games and after games, they knew I needed them. So they tried their best not to do that. In fact, some of the games they ain't come to, I kind of played, and it was at home. I kind of ain't played it myself. You know what I'm saying? I kind of didn't feel like myself. It's just kind of crazy. It's surreal to see the fact that like certain people can have so much impact on what you do every day and how you go about just your life. And they just so happened to be in my football life so heavy, so I knew I needed them. That was also another reason to me signing in Northern Arizona, because I knew I was going to need their support in good games, bad games, mediocre games. I just knew I was going to need them afterwards.
Now, Joe, you've been talking about this Northern Arizona. A lot of people may not, I guess, know about the school for us from the South or from the East. East Coast, give us some information what it's like as a student or player. Because from what I saw, the campus looked beautiful. Because I googled everything, went online. I saw y'all playing game. I'm talking about the field looking beautiful. Y'all uniform fly, and y'all looking like y'all playing some top-notch competition every time I seen y'all play. So give the people some insight on that.
Yeah, well, really, the campus is real nice. The campus is real nice. The school is actually real beautiful. It's sitting right off a mountain, so you can see a mountain anywhere you go. And it's actually a volcano, a volcano up there that's not is not currently active, you know. But then there is another one that's up there that's currently active. If you take like a little walk up a trail, so it was a small town, but very very beautiful when it came to sightseeing. However, the dome is real nice to play in the dome, especially when you're surrounded by snow. So you never had to worry about canceling practice or anything of that nature. However, we did practice outside a lot of the times because a lot of those top notch teams that we were playing them outside in the cold, you know. So it was good to be able to have that in dome experience and that outside experience because it gave us better preparation for certain teams. And we were playing them in the dome because you know it's going to be lights shining at you certain ways when you're in the dome compared to outside, you know. So having both of those available to us at all times is very nice. And it was just real good to have so many options, you know, to play football on.
Now I know you um had a great time there for your football and all the great information that you just gave us about even the volcano. I mean that that's really interesting as well because a lot of people don't have a clue about these type of things and these type of schools. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity to talk about what you're up to nowadays. Did you get your degree and what you got your degree in at Northern Arizona as well?
Yeah, so I got my degree in criminal justice. Once again, that fell back on my uncle because he works in the enforcement. He works in the law enforcement. So that was kind of like something I knew I had a good amount of like insight on. So I went there. So I majored in criminal justice with a minor in psychology. And actually, I like psychology a lot because you just learn how to communicate better with people. So it gave me a better communication with like teammates. In fact, you know, I was understanding how to like communicate with different type of teammates all the time. So my degree kind of went into my play, and it went into like my like future plans. You know, so it helped out a lot to be able to have those two, and to graduate. You know, because that's even a bigger step in my life to be able to graduate and have that degree.
Perfect. So what I'm about to do now, I'm gonna open up the floor to you to give inspiration out there to any of the young people across the country who may not have got the chance to go to a big college or university, and also let them know your struggles for us not just getting to college, but your struggles of maybe things you may have faced in college and probably having a dream of going to the NFL because I'm pretty sure we all had who played ball had that dream. So if you could give a little inspiration right here in closing.
I say for starters, it's always don't get too brought up in what the hype is of you getting a scholarship because a lot of times you get one scholarship and people continuously are like pumping heads up like yeah da, 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 da. However, I want kids to do their research because when I went into college, I thought I was going to instantly be playing, and that's not how it turned out. You got to do a little bit more work, and in fact, I wasn't going thinking. And at the beginning of Northern Arizona, I didn't think I was going to stay in there too long, to be honest. And that's when I had those right people around me in my ear telling me like you got to be patient. And being patient when you playing college football is probably the most important thing you could do. Because I was about to leave 2 games before I actually started playing, and then a game, so 3 games before I actually started. You know, so I say make sure y'all really do y'all research on colleges when it comes time to make that important decision because that's a big step in your life. And transferring is way harder to do when you already in the college. So it's tough because you got to restart. However, my struggles came a lot. Like they can't. It's so many struggles you face, whether it be with injury going into college, making it to the NFL, like it's a lot of stress on your mental and your body. So you got to make sure you take care of your body. That's the number one thing everyone will stress to you is to take care of your body. Make sure you can do anything, any help, stretches, and anything of that nature. However, we talk about going to the NFL. If we being completely honest, I was never playing football with that intent. I was always playing football just to have fun, really. And it just got me to college. I never really understood how even any of that worked until I got put in that position. So I also say y'all do y'all research on how this recruiting process goes, because really it don't matter if you go to a Pac-12 school, a Big Ten school, SEC school. If you a baller, they're going to find you. They're going to find you regardless of the point. I've had scouts in my practice every day, whether it was for me or another player, they'll find you if you're out there balling. And that's pretty much it for me.
Joe, that was some great information. I want to thank you, man, for that. I'm talking about because a lot of kids needed to hear that. Shoot, I feel like I needed to hear it, and I already played college ball. And it's something that every player gonna deal with, hands down. I love what you talked about when you talked about the transfer and that it is hard, it's difficult. And it kind of hit me when you said it, like it is more difficult when you transfer because you leaving this one environment, now you're going to a whole nother environment, got to reintroduce yourself, you got to reprove yourself, you got to make yourself familiar with the players, familiar with the campus. Now you got to get your whole orientation over again, for us not just knowing the classes, but knowing everybody around you, knowing your surroundings, even from like grocery stores and everything like that. So that was great information that you gave. And also that information that you gave about not even having the intentions to go to the NFL and play, just handling business in school. So I love that you had that mindset, because more kids need that, and they should be inspired to make sure they handle their schoolwork first. So, man, I want to thank you again for that. I want to give a shout out to your uncle again, man, for all the stuff he did. Give a shout out to your mama, Cece. A shout out to your brothers, your sisters, man. You are a blessing, man. And I'm telling you,
auntie.
and auntie, but we had to give mama them love too now. Mama Cece. He tried to throw auntie.
Mama Cece.
Mama Cece, we gotta show mama love. Mama love, what her name is? Cece? What her name is?
Cicely. Mama Cicely.
I'm gonna call her Mama Cece. We gotta show.
That's what she go by anyway.
Okay, look at her. I ain't know. So well, you know, Joe, I want to thank you again for coming on. And hey, you got love here all day, any day, anytime you need us. We're here, big dog. And I'm gonna go ahead and show love to Northern Arizona too. Y'all make sure y'all go look up this school. Any recruits, any players, any JUCO players thinking about a school, go look them up, Northern Arizona, and go check out Joe Logan film. He is the former running back for Northern Arizona, and he was out there doing his thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all like I always leave y'all. Keep your head up and not down, or else you'll fall to the ground. It's the Life and Football podcast. Catch you next time.
You are now listening to the Life and Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeandfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeandfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.